The adoption of children by LGBT people is an issue of active debate. In the United States, for example, legislation to prevent adoption by LGBT people has been introduced in many jurisdictions. And prior to 1973, state courts commonly barred gay and lesbian individuals from holding a parenting role, especially through adoption. We've luckily come a long way since then. In 2022, joint adoption by same-sex couples is legal in 27 countries, as well as several subnational jurisdictions and dependent territories. And some form of stepchild adoption is legal for same-sex couples in 5 additional countries. So in this video, I'm asking the question, what countries allow LGBT people to adopt children? Let's get to it, and let's start in Africa. South Africa is the only African country to allow joint adoption by same-sex couples. The 2002 decision of the Constitutional Court in the case of Dutoit versus Minister of Welfare and Population Development amended the Child Care Act of 1983 to allow both joint adoption and step-parent adoption by permanent same-sex life partners. And we're moving on to the Americas. Let's start in Canada. Canada has no nationwide law legalizing same-sex adoption, but has smaller provincial laws which cover the entire nation. Same-sex adoption legalization in Canada began with British Columbia in 1996 and was finalized with Nunavut in 2011. Chile. In Chile, same-sex couples are allowed to apply to adopt a child. If applicants are approved as suitable to adopt, legally only one of them would be the legal parent of the child. But President Pinera allowed full adoption on December 9, 2021. Colombia. On November 4, 2015, in a 6-2 Constitutional Court ruling, Colombia decided to allow adoption by LGBT people. Mexico. Same-sex couples are able to adopt in Mexico City since 2010. Coahuila since 2014. Campeche since 2016. Colima since 2016. Michoacán since 2016, Morelos since 2016, Veracruz since 2016, Baja California since 2017, Chihuahua since 2017, Querétaro since 2017, Puebla since 2018, Chiapas since 2018, Nayarit since 2019, Aguascalientes since 2019, Hidalgo since 2019, and San Luis Potosí since 2019. The United States. Adoption by LGBT individuals or same-sex couples is legal in all 50 states as of June 2017. Uruguay. A government-sponsored adoption law in Uruguay allowing LGBT adoption was approved by the lower house on August 28, 2009, and by the Senate on September 9, 2009. In October 2009, the law was signed by the President and took effect. Let's go to Asia. LGBT rights for adoption of children in Asia are almost inexistent, except in Israel and Taiwan. Some Asian countries still criminalize same-sex activities and do not have anti-discrimination laws, and this is an obstacle to legalizing LGBT adoption. Let's learn a little something about Israel and Taiwan though. Israel. In February 2008, a court in Israel ruled that same-sex couples were now permitted to adopt a child regardless of whether the child is biologically related or not to either parent. This marked a watershed in granting equal rights to all gay people in Israel. Taiwan. In Taiwan, same-sex couples have been able to legally adopt since May 2019. However, they can only adopt the biological child of their same-sex partner, which is called stepchild adoption. Taiwan law only allows for married people to adopt, but also allows single individuals to adopt depending on the circumstances, including individual LGBT people. Now, let's go down under. Australia. In Australia, same-sex adoption has been legal in all states and territories since April 2018. New Zealand. The Marriage Definition of Marriage Amendment Act 2013, which came into force on August 19, 2013, allowed same-sex marriage and permitted married same-sex couples to jointly adopt children. Previously, an LGBT individual was able to adopt children, but same-sex couples could not adopt jointly. Currently, there are no specific barriers preventing an LGBT individual from adopting children, except that a male individual cannot adopt a female child. I wonder why they can't do that. Finally, we're moving on to Europe. Full joint adoption by same-sex couples is legal in 18 European countries, namely Andorra, Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Iceland, Ireland, Luxembourg, Malta, the Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. Another 5, namely Estonia, Italy, Slovenia, San Marino, and Switzerland, permit stepchild adoption in which the registered partner can adopt the biological and, in some cases, the adopted child of his or her partner. In Greece, same-sex couples in a civil partnership may become foster but not adoptive parents, so that's a situation Greece can improve. And there you have it. This information came from these websites. You'll find these links below this video. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel and watch this series from the start. Next Friday, I'll be back with a new video in my series on cognitive abilities. Till then, I only want to say 3 things. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye for now.